Nebraska for your tour last night,
Oh,
right?
shut up. I just told you I was tired. Yeah, no, I was tired.
Yeah. So how was the show in Lincoln last night?
It was great, man. It was actually better than I expected. It was crazy. It was intense. It was a good crowd.
Nice, nice. We got, of course, I think you're working on some new music right now, right?
Yeah, I'm actually working with a Grammy Award-winning producer. He's finishing executive producing Jill Scott's album. He just did Boyz II Men's new single. He's worked with Justin Bieber on the Mistletoe album. His name's Aaron Pierce. He also did the theme song for Lorax movie. That's what he won the Grammy for. So yeah, it's really great to have people of that caliber working with me again.
Absolutely, yeah. Because it's been a little while since you've done something previously in the studio, right? It was like mid 2000s, I want to say.
Yeah, 2005 was the last time I did anything. I was 17. That was with Luke Froman before he got indicted for embezzling $245 million from senior citizens in Orlando. So, yeah, there's that.
It's kind of a thing, you know. It keeps people out of the studio.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, I was part of the Fantastic Four that Luke Froman started. Fantastic Four, not a lot of people know what that is, but Fantastic Four was Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, and Aaron Carter.
Mm.
We were the Fantastic Four, he called us. So, and that was crazy. I was basically his last guy. So, and now he's in jail.
Womp womp. I guess you could
Well, yeah, he'll be out soon. No, but it's been cool, man. It's been a crazy ride, you know. After that happened, you know, I grew up in the industry with having managers as parents as well. So my parents divorced, and right before I turned 18, so that kind of stopped my career for a little while, you know. So.
So with that career being stopped, you decided, of course, in the past couple of years to get back on tour, get back in the studio. What made you decide to go ahead and go back down that route?
Well, you know, I kind of had to just learn how to be a man and stand on my own 2 feet and put it all together myself and start learning how to do that. So, I mean, I didn't really know what to do when I turned 18. I remember going to Guitar Center that day and spending a ton of money on gear and equipment, and I learned how to produce music as a hobby, and then 2009 I did Dancing with the Stars, and then after Dancing with the Stars I did the Fantastics on Broadway, and I did over 500 performances with them, 8 shows a week, a year and 8 months, so you do the math, you got over 500 shows.
That's a lot of work.
And then that kind of was the way that opened it back up to people like booking agents and people, you know, to see who I am. And so this guy named Alex Ross was like, "Hey, you're Aaron Carter." And I was like, "Hey, what's up? Come mess with me. Let's do something." So February 18th, I stopped doing the Fantastics. 4 days later, I learned the whole hour show. And had a whole new show choreographed, and I was on tour, and I did over 150 shows last year with the After Party tour.
Nice.
And then kind of just been keeping it up and putting more shows together, and just rebuilding my relationship with my fans again, and getting back into the music thing.
Of course, getting back into music. Have you ever thought about getting back into television and movies as well?
No.
Just not your thing?
No, it's, I wouldn't be able to do any of those other things if it wasn't for singing and performing on stage with music. So I'm just at the point in my life where I'm like, okay, well, this is what I've got to do, and I'm not going to give up, you know what I mean? I might have people make fun of me, I might have people who still think I'm 12, you know what I mean? But I am a man who is evolving. I've been through a lot of things in my life that have all shaped me into the man that I am today. So, and with that being said, I'm going to make sure that reflects in my music and my actions moving forward in my life, whether it's a philanthropic work or, kind of just showing, what you need to do and what's important in life, So. And I've learned that, I've learned as I've been shut down and made fun of and picked on by people and put down and called this and called that just because I look a certain way or I'm like this, you know what I mean? It's like it just, I don't know, it strengthens my character versus putting me down, and that's kind of how I look at it, and I take anything negative and I turn it into a positive. I prefer to transcend versus, fall victim to, criticism. So.
I would assume a lot of those life experiences and stuff would, and just the course you've been going down through your career and your career resurgence as well, it's going to come out in like your newer music and stuff like that. You just like pull all that experience out and put pen to paper and boom, we got another album.
Right. I mean, and hopefully, that's how, it'll go down. But I'm just going to have to keep continuously releasing music. I don't expect to, drop an album and go, like, platinum right away. I mean, it's not like that. I got to rebuild my relationship with my fans. And I'm okay with that, and that's why at my shows, like, I'll tap into stuff like Aaron's Party and Iowa Candy just for a second, just to remind them who I still am,
Mm-hmm.
And I still sing them, like Iowa Candy, I sing it in the same key, except I sing it better now. So, like, it's the facts. I mean, I'm not lying to you guys. I sing it better now,
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I am evolving, and, I'm just going to keep pushing forward and keep going after my dreams and never giving up. And, I think a lot of people can see my story and see what I've done and what I've been through and, overcoming adversity, That's what it's all about, and, I just want to do the best that I can, and be the best performer that I can. I started when I was 6 years old. Like, by the time I was 7, I had an album done. By the time I turned 10 years old, I had already sold 10 million records. So, like, but for me, it was never about, like, the money or the fortune or the cars. When I was 6 and 7 years old, man, I didn't even have a wallet. Like, So, like, that's not what it was about. Organically, that's not what it started off with me about. It started off by just trying to put smiles on people's faces and entertain them,
Mm-hmm.
and do stupid things to make people laugh and stuff. Like, that's just who I am, and that's what it's always going to be about for me. It's never going to be about, like, cars and money and all that stuff. I mean, come on, I did the craziest Cribs episode when I was 15, like, I had 2, 65-foot yachts, and 12 houses and 25 dogs and 15 golf carts and 5 cars at 15. Like, it was crazy. And at that time, it was like one of the loneliest times of my life, because it's like you had everything, but, like, what did I really have? Like, it wasn't like I had relationships, and I mean, that's the crazy thing about this industry. Like, people don't understand how hard it is sometimes, and with my life, it's like, I'll post something on Instagram and, I'll see people commenting, like, to me it's like, well, does anybody, like, really, like, know who I am today, Like, so, there's that, and there's, it's crazy though, it's because my fans grew up with me and when they were little, like, and now they're still coming out and seeing me. It's crazy, so I'm just super blessed and appreciative of that.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Right.
am.
Right. Yeah, it's you put in an awful lot of hard work over the course of your career. Going from child star to star that you are today. Like, how are you trying to? Are you finding difficulty trying to distance yourself from that former child star image?
Not necessarily. I mean, I started when I was 7, 8 years old. Like, I had an album, and then by the time I was 12 years old, I had Aaron's Party, and by the time I was 14 years old, I had Oh Aaron, which was my 3rd album. By the time I was, like, 16 years old, I had Another Earthquake, which was my 4th album. And then I had a Greatest Hits when I was 17, as well as another single. So I'm really just transitioning now into the adult part of it, So, and it is difficult, but, like, I don't know, like, I'm no offense to anybody out there, but I am not here to fulfill your nostalgic needs. You know what I mean? Like I said, I am evolving as a man, and that's what you're gonna see. When you come and see me, that's what you're gonna see. You're not gonna see 12-year-old bopping around Aaron. So if that's what you came for, then you should probably leave. Because that's just not what it's about. That's not it anymore. And there's that. There's that. But I got to deal with, you know, and people shouting out how I beat Shaq, and you know, that they want my candy, and and then I'm like, really? And then it's girls that want my candy. I'm like, really? Do you know Candy's a girl? So are you? Is that how it works? And they're like, how did you beat Shaq? I'm like, well, if you listen to the song, it was all a dream. Like it says that in the song. And then they're always like, really?
They're just like, oh.
I'm like, yeah, you're an idiot. No. So it's funny, I have like little comeback answers for pretty much everything.
We actually posted up on our Facebook and our Twitter feeds for questions that people want to ask you.
Sure.
Because, you know, an opportunity like this doesn't come every day. So we got Melissa up on our Facebook page wanting to know what's next for you after the tour.
After the tour, well, we have over 80 dates on this tour, and then I have about 10 different countries that I'm going to in January, February. So I'm going to start doing England, going back to England, going back to Spain, going back to Germany, Amsterdam, woo! Places like that. So.
Melissa also wants to know your honest opinion about your brother's, we're using air quotes here because that's what she used, reality show.
Oh, God.
Someone's going to go off.
My God. Ugh, bro, what are you doing in a blue Speedo thing on TV? Come on, homie. Like, you know better. You know better. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's not very good.
You said that to his face?
Yes, I have.
So what are you wearing? What? I hope they're paying you to wear
It's
that.
okay, his publicist will let him know about this later. Hey, bro, what? Come on. Like...
Also, Amanda wants to know, this far in your career, what artists have you enjoyed collaborating with the most?
I enjoyed collaborating with Michael Jackson. That was pretty cool, having him call me personally to do What More Can I Give. If you look it up, you can see the video that we did with him. Tell me what more can I give. It's crazy. It's crazy working with him. Insane. Who else? I mean, I've worked with a ton of people. I really enjoyed, being invited on stage to sing with Jimmy Jameson. He's the lead singer of Survivor. I went to one of his shows, and he invited me on stage, and I sang Eye of the Tiger with him. So
That's pretty sweet.
So, and you know, rest in peace to Jimmy Jameson. He just died like about a month ago from a heart attack. So that was like really sad. Like, yeah. So he's cool. Michael Jackson was really cool. Probably like the pinnacle.
Yeah. You can't really get much higher on the list than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And also, I mean, I would say Aaron Pierce, the producer I got that I'm working with. I mean, this guy's a genius, man. He's top of the line, and he's making me sound really good. So, and then I got to go on stage and sing these songs. It's crazy, and they're really hard. So, but yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson. He's the top, man. He was cool. I went riding around four-wheelers and stuff with him and Chris Tucker. You know who Chris Tucker is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Smokey from Friday and the guy from Rush Hour. Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, what am I doing four-wheeling with Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker? like my life is crazy. I mean, it is. But it's just normal to me. Like, I try to, like, tell them stories, and they just look at me like I'm crazy. And then I'm like, Google it. You can find it on Google. Oh, Yahoo.
Some people might still use Yahoo. They're stuck in the 90s, pretty much.
Mom, stop using Yahoo. Mom.
Speaking of crazy things, Sarah wants to know what's the craziest thing that's ever happened on tour for you?
Ooh, I can't tell you that.
Okay, we'll go with one that's safe for broadcast over the radio.
Got it, great. Well, I had this Brazilian fan climb up. She's like dynoed up like 50 flights or 50 like balconies outside. I was throwing paper airplanes down with my autograph, and there's like 10,000 girls downstairs. And Ricky Martin was in the other wing, and we were both kind of like facing towards each other in these wings and like in the hotel. And all the fans started like looking at me, and they stopped looking at Ricky. And Ricky got mad. And from across the way, like all of a sudden, I see like this like Hispanic butt cheeks pressed up against the glass, and he's mooning me, like from across the way. And I was like, Mom! It was awful.
Not every day Ricky Martin moons you.
No, man. We're like. And I'm sure you probably don't believe it, but yeah. Ricky Martin mooning me. It was really weird, Ricky. I did not want to see you check your bonbon on the window.
Aaron Carter in studio, right here on 105.9 KISS FM. Dude, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Have a great time at your show at the Granada Theater tonight.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.